Welcome back to NBA Cinema. So we got to talk about what Dwight Howard just said is going viral, and made a few people raise an eyebrow. We saw Dwight kind of begging to be back on certain NBA teams. Saying that if the Lakers would have stayed together, talking to Jeannie Buss recently about, uh, you know, there was no contract offer for him, and she said that's not true. And he wanted to be back with the Lakers and showing up at Orlando Magic games and all kinds of stuff. But he wanted to be back in the NBA. But you know, he's been saying some things today that's been going viral. He said LeGM had Nick Young traded for Dorian Finney-Smith. And we're going to look into those comments, man. First, we saw Nick Young. Obviously, he has the beef with D'Angelo Russell over Iggy Azalea, over him leaking a phone call about him cheating years ago. He said, and stay out. Don't bring your behind back to LA, is what he said, man, on his X account. And that's what Swaggy P said. Now, this is what Dwight Howard said.
To the Nets. Oh, he went back to the Nets. What's going on, NBA? What's going on, Lakers? LeGM made the decision. LeGM said it's enough. DLo. For Finney-Smith. They traded DLo for Finney-Smith. Lakers just let me be the dog on GM. They just be doing anything. When am I going to the Lakers? I'm not. I ain't got no centers. Y'all got 3 centers. Hell, y'all got Kareem. I think Shaq said he coming back with his retarded ass. And then, yeah, y'all will be good after that.
What are the things, obviously aspirations of doing that again, what are the things that are harder to do as a basketball player now than it was last time you were a champion?
Harder? I don't know, that's a good question, David. I don't know. I think the journey and the process itself has always been hard. It never gets easy. The preparation, commitment, the time, the sacrifices you have to give each and every season is always challenging and always hard. So, from 2020 to first championship in 2012, all the way to almost 2025, it's been a challenge the whole time.
When you were a teenager starting on the league, did you ever think you'd still be here 22 seasons later?
No, of course not. I didn't give myself a timetable how long I was going to play the game. I just told myself I wanted to maximize the time that I had in the league and try to be as great as I could be whenever my time was done. But no, I couldn't. I would have never been able to say at 18 when I was drafted that I'd still be playing in this league at 40.
LeBron, how do you view this specific accomplishment of 22 years, always at an elite level every single season, in relation to any other individual team milestone you've had?
I don't know, because I've not really given myself an opportunity to kind of look at it in retrospect. I've kind of been living in the moment and being very grateful for the opportunity to still play the game that I love at this latter stage of my career, and still be able to commit to this franchise, commit to my teammates, and go out there and just play the game that I love to play. So. It's still been very fun to go out there. Even at this point where I am in my career, it's been extremely fun still.
Respectfully, you were old yesterday. 40 is just a different number.
Yeah.
But
Interesting choice of words for Dwight Howard when describing LeBron, knowing that stigma is out there about LeBron, that he makes all the moves for the team. But I mean, if you look at the roster, you look at JJ Redick, um, him being the coach, you look at the things that went on with Bronny, Dwight coming out saying this, people was like, oh, he just saying that because he not back on the team, or he not still with the Lakers, or he ain't even in the NBA. Um, but who knows? Dwight and D'Lo, I think, had a decent relationship, and maybe they have talked about it. We've seen LeBron's frustrations play out on the court with D'Lo and Rui and other players at time. at times, for getting shot happy, LeBron to let him hear about it. We've seen AD get frustrated with D'Lo, and D'Lo, he's one of those players that can have a very big night or a string of good games. He can even win you some games when others don't have it going, but sometimes he can put together low IQ plays that will make you scratch your head. And the guy had a lot of potential. I mean, coming out of Ohio State and out of high school, many thought D'Lo would be a big time star in the NBA because of his ability to score and his ability to handle the ball, facilitate, do some other things. And you see flashes of that at times, and then at other times you get the other part of that, the yin and the yang with his game. But I heard Brooklyn may waive him, and they were talking about a reunion with him and Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons nowhere near the same player he was, and D'Lo is getting a little older now, so um, he'll be a prime buyout candidate, and he'll be someone that I think a playoff team may look at. If you can get D'Lo for cheap. Now, what I will say is I noticed that shot he took at Shaq in there, and Dwight Howard. Once upon a time, he was the guy that played the bigger man for so long, and Shaq just kept poking at Dwight, poking, poking, poking. Uh, and here over the last year or so, Dwight has been in comment sections, matching energy with Shaq, challenging him to boxing matches and all types of stuff. Um, but Shaq needs to realize, right? You could say you was motivating Dwight when he was playing, when you was taking shots at him and slighting him. Okay, cool. He's far removed from his playing days at this point. So anything at this time is a bit excessive, I think. Like, there's no need to really go in on Dwight Howard like that anymore. In my opinion, you know what I'm saying? My opinion, I don't think there's no reason to say anything to him at this point. Um, but shoot, I want to know what you guys think about this. Do y'all think LeBron James had everything to do with D'Lo getting moved? I know once upon a time, um, we went through this with Russ, right? When they wanted to get Kyrie Irving and Russ, that's kind of where the relationship soured with him and AD and LeBron when they were lobbying for Kyrie Irving out loud while Russ was still there playing. D'Lo has been in the trade rumors for the longest, and they were talking about trying to flip it and get a top tier player, but financially that just wasn't going to happen. But you do get Finney Smith back. Some of the things you're missing with Jared Vanderbilt, you can get defensively. Some of the things because Vanderbilt's a lot longer. You can get some of those things on the perimeter, guarding some of the best players on the perimeter with Finney Smith, and you'll need that with LeBron being the age he is now. So, yeah, man, let me know what you guys think about what Dwight said in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Till next time. Peace.